couple of times within the Niners organization. It kind of makes you wonder what's going on there.
Yes, but it's Jawan like, this is a head scratcher. I get it from Deebo Samuel. It made sense. He was, for a large portion of multiple years, the heartbeat of their offense. Jawan Jennings has like 2 good games a season, Jason.
Last year, 77 catches, 975 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So somebody will find value in it. We got to go. Best of the rest of the week. Thanks to Kurt Heelan and Brian Twining. We'll see you later.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming on KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. My name is Rory Rosell, filling in for Unette Gentry on this Tuesday, July 15th. Well, in our top story today, Las Vegas Metro is asking for the public's assistance in identifying the individuals who reportedly dumped a deceased dog near a dumpster last week. News 25 has this story.
The Las Vegas Metro Police Department is asking for the public's assistance in identifying 2 individuals involved in an animal cruelty case. According to investigators, video surveillance from July 10th shows 2 males at approximately 11:45 p.m. pushing a kennel towards a dumpster near the intersection of 27th Street and Valley Street. The individuals are then seen walking northbound on 27th Street before turning eastbound on Sunrise Avenue. Investigators believe the dog was already deceased prior to being placed in the crate and abandoned. The case is being handled by the LVMPD Animal Cruelty Detail in collaboration with the Clark County Animal Protection Service and other community partners. Detectives are urging anyone with information that could identify the 2 individuals in the video to contact Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555 or submit a tip online at www.crimestoppersofnv.com. Tipsters can remain anonymous.
Well, a salary controversy takes center stage in a confirmation hearing for UN Ambassador nominee Mike Waltz, and now lawmakers are demanding answers about payments he received after leaving his White House post. A Senate committee hearing grew tense today, July 15th, as lawmakers questioned the UN ambassador nominee Mike Waltz over reports that he is continuing to receive a White House salary months after leaving his position as the National Security Advisor.
I'm going to start with you because this morning it was reported, despite being removed from your role as National Security Advisor in May, removed from your role, right? Not working. Surprisingly, you've been on the White House payroll for the last few months. So throughout this hearing, you've made assertions that if confirmed, you would root out waste and unnecessary overhead at the UN. So can you confirm for us whether you've been receiving a salary from the White House since being let go at the NSA?
Thank you, Senator. I was not fired. The president never said that, nor did the vice president. I was kept on as an advisor, transitioning a number of important activities, and now hope to be confirmed with the Senate's consent.
So you're saying that you were not dismissed from your role, as was publicly reported, because it's also been publicly reported that you've been receiving almost $200,000 of the taxpayer money since you were dismissed from being the National Security Advisor.
Well, the reporting, Senator, is fake news, which shouldn't surprise anyone. The president was clear. His announcement was, I will nominate
fake news
Mr. Waltz, and then the vice president was quite clear.
Waltz, a retired Army colonel and former Florida congressman, brings years of experience to national security. He served in several House committees and focused on intelligence and defense while holding key roles in the George W. Bush administration. Supporters say his background makes him well suited for the ambassador role, though as the confirmation process unfolds, the salary controversy is drawing increasing attention, leaving questions about whether it could affect his path moving forward. Nevada is now cracking down on repeat DUI offenders. Governor Joe Lombardo has signed a new law that toughens penalties for those convicted of driving under the influence for a second time within 7 years. Let's take a look at the details. Nevada drivers convicted of a second DUI within 7 years will now face a mandatory 20 days in jail, following a newly signed law by Republican Governor Joe Lombardo. This change comes through Senate Bill 309, which the governor signed during a ceremonial event last Wednesday. This legislation was introduced by Senator John Steinbach, who was formerly the chief of the Clark County Fire Department, and it was among one of the most significant DUI-related measures passed during this last year's legislative session, which ended on June 2nd. This bill increased the minimum jail time for second-time DUI offenders and lowers the blood alcohol content threshold that triggers the mandatory treatment. Currently, Nevada law allows for a sentence of 2 to 180 days for a first DUI offense within 7 years, though that time can often be converted to community service or treatment. The new law specifically targets repeat offenders with stricter penalties aimed at reducing repeat DUIs. Governor Lombardo has also proposed a second legislation that would increase the maximum sentence of DUI-related deaths from 20 to 25 years. Under the existing statute, drivers convicted of deadly DUI crashes face 2 to 20 years in prison, but a 1995 Nevada law requires judges to impose a sentencing range. That means most defendants are eligible for parole after just 8 years, an issue Lombardo and other lawmakers hope to address in the future. The new law reflects a broader push for accountability and stronger consequences for impaired driving across the state of Nevada. And we will have your sports report coming up after this break.
Struggling with opioid or alcohol use in rural Nevada? West Care Nevada is here to help. Our rural opioid and alcohol recovery program, called ROAR, offers medication-assisted treatment and support services to help you take back control. Since 1973, we've helped people build healthier, brighter futures. Call 775-751-6990. Take the first step today.
Got bills? Need some pay? Then come be a cowboy trucker at Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $2,000 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. If this is you, call Ed now, 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
Attorney Jonathan Nelson, don't you want to tell everyone about your awards?
That's right, Rhonda. J.K. Nelson Law has received Best Attorney of Pahrump for 6 years in a row. We've also been recognized by Best of Las Vegas. So if you have a legal need, stop by one of our 3 locations in Pahrump, Summerlin, or Southwest Las Vegas. Give us a call, 727-9900. And remember, when you need a lawyer,
You need Nelson.
If you have Parkinson's or any of these symptoms, including trembling, difficulty walking or sleeping, and if you have been exposed to paraquat or gramoxone, you may be eligible for significant compensation at no cost to you. Call today for a preliminary interview to see if you qualify. If you or a loved one have worked or live near a farm or field with paraquat herbicide treatments and developed Parkinson's disease or any of these symptoms, don't wait another minute. The manufacturers of paraquat and gramoxone-based herbicides knew about the health risks and failed to warn people of this link to Parkinson's symptoms. We have provided justice and have assisted people suffering from Parkinson's and other ailments. Call today for a preliminary interview to see if you qualify. Call now. You could qualify to receive significant financial compensation. If we don't win, you pay nothing. So call our legal team now and let us help you receive substantial financial compensation. Call now.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
And welcome back to News 25. Well, now here is Mikey with your look at sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The 2025 Home Run Derby at Truist Park took place on Monday night. Cal Riley earned himself the title of baseball's top slugger. The Seattle Mariners slugger, who hit 38 home runs before the All-Star break, the second most in MLB history, dispatched the Tampa Bay Rays' 22-year-old Junior Caminero in the final and is the first catcher to win the Home Run Derby. With his dad pitching and younger brother catching, Raleigh became the second Mariner to be crowned Derby champion, joining Hall of Famer Ken Griffey Jr., who won it 3 times. And the 2025 Major League Baseball All-Star Game just kicked off. That game is in progress. 3 other Vegas natives were picked in the 2025 MLB draft, along with Sal Cecine. Mason Neville was picked by the Cincinnati Reds. Hunter Alberini was picked by the Kansas City Royals, who went to Centennial School. And Jacob Walsh, who went to Desert Oasis, was selected by the Washington Nationals. The Vegas Golden Knights plan to host the annual Battle-Worn Authentics equipment sale on Wednesday, July 23rd at City National Arena. After a series of pre-sale opportunities for season ticket members, the sale will be open to the public from 3 to 6 p.m. on Rink A. The Las Vegas Raiders cut ties with quarterback Carter Bradley. And the Las Vegas Aces visit the Dallas Wings on Wednesday. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. Well, does dim lighting got you down? Valley Electric is here to shed some light on what you can do for the best lighting for you.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Finding the right light bulb doesn't have to be hard. Here are a few tips to keep in mind. Buy lumens, not watts. Lumens measure the amount of brightness a bulb gives off. The higher the lumens, the brighter the bulb. Read the label. The lighting fact label will tell you brightness, lumens, annual cost to use the bulb, how long the bulb will last, light appearance, warm to cool. Buy LEDs to save energy. LEDs come in a variety of shapes and sizes and work for most fixtures. Energy Star qualified LEDs can last 25 times longer than incandescent bulbs. Contact Valley Electric Association for more ways you can save energy and money.
It can be easy to get dehydrated in these scorching temperatures, which is why it is so important to make sure you are drinking enough water, though not everybody really likes the taste of it.
Today's health report is brought to you by Desert View Hospital. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, Desert View Hospital is ready to help. We've been providing friendly and compassionate care to our neighbors since 2006, including emergency services available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit desertviewhospital.com to learn more. With limited exceptions, physicians are not employees or agents of this hospital.
citrus works wonderful, and it doesn't just have to be lemons or limes. It could be that you have an orange, or you got a grapefruit that you squeeze some fresh juice at the beginning of the week and you add a little bit to your water every time you have some. That not only may make it a little bit more tasty for you, but it also adds in some nutrients like vitamin C.
Kristen Kirkpatrick is a registered dietitian at Cleveland Clinic. She says while water should be your primary source for hydration, you can also supplement it with fruits and vegetables, specifically those with a high water content. Some examples could include watermelon, strawberries, grapefruit, cantaloupe, lettuce, cucumbers, celery, and tomatoes. Kirkpatrick also adds that milk, tea, and coffee also have water in them. If seltzer water is more of your vibe, make sure it's plain and doesn't include a bunch of ingredients, like artificial sweeteners. The same goes for flavored powders. Instead, consider adding juice from a lemon, lime, or even an orange. As for sports drinks, she suggests skipping those unless it is needed.
So a sports drink is really necessary if we're looking at the replacement of electrolytes, which we know typically occurs after you have about 60 minutes of physical activity. So if we're sitting around all day at the pool, it doesn't make sense to have a sports drink, which is equated to electrolyte replacement. So again, think about those guidelines. When do I really need extra sodium and potassium to replace what was lost? Typically, a sports drink is not necessary for the majority of individuals.
And we'll have more news on the other side of this break.
In a wreck, need a check.
In a wreck,
need a check.
In a wreck, need a check.
Hurt in a wreck and need a check? We're Lerner and Rowe. Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
It's Employee Pricing Plus going on now at Saida Trudeau, your original hometown dealer, all month long. You heard me right. You pay what we pay. Come in today and start your summer with employee pricing on a new 2024 Ram Heavy Duty. Or how about employee pricing plus on a new 2024 ProMaster with an extra $2,000 in rebates? Maybe you're into adventure. Hit the trails in a new 2024 Jeep Wrangler 4xe at employee price and get an extra $4,500 in rebates. Been thinking about a new 2024 Jeep Wagoneer? Get employee pricing and $3,000 to $11,000 extra in rebates. Wow! Considering a commuter vehicle? What about the brand new 2025 Dodge Hornet Ice? At EP Pricing, you can't go wrong. Save on those and more all month long at Saida Trudeau, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, your original hometown dealer.
Are you tired of dropped calls and high phone bills? Switch to Valley Communications Voice over Internet Protocol home phone services and experience crystal clear calls and great rates while using Valley Communications Internet services, which provides lightning fast internet. For the first 12 months, enjoy phone services starting at $19.95. It's an easy choice. Visit us today at valleycom.com to learn more. Valley Communications, local, affordable, reliable.
My dad is definitely my hero. He saved a lot of people.
What I love about serving my country is putting this uniform on every single day.
This uniform reflects my solemn duty to protect America's freedoms, but that has meant giving up a lot at home. While I'm away fighting for my country, my family is left behind to fight loneliness, school and job changes, and tight budgets.
For over 160 years, the Armed Services YMCA has made it our duty to protect our service members and their families who have already sacrificed so much. We make sure military families have support, emergency help, food, and much more.
The Armed Services YMCA has helped me and my family through a lot of tough times. They've changed my life. Today I'm a better husband, father, and soldier.
Their duty is to our country. Our duty is to make sure no military family is left behind. Learn more at asymca.org.
Hurt in a wreck? The insurance company is going to offer you a little check. We turn low offers into big checks. Hurt in a wreck? You need a real check? Make one call, that's all.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 877-9500.
And welcome back to News 25. Well, now here is Josh Osborne to give you your quick tutorial of this week with great computer deals.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne here with Pahrumps Own Great Computer Deals, and it's time for another quick tutorial. Today we're talking about the top 5 ways of spotting fake Facebook posts. So you're like me, you have a Facebook account. If you live here in Pahrump, I guarantee on many occasions you've used some of these Facebook buy-sell groups. They're very popular. Thousands of posts every day. But one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that many of those posts are completely fake, and they're engaging with them, they're commenting on them, they're liking them, they're sharing them, and they have no idea that they're fake. So there are red flags that are out there that people just don't know to look for. Let's talk about them right now. Here are the top 5 ways to spot a fake Facebook post. Number 1, these posts, they're very vague. You gotta understand that these scammers, when they create these posts, they have to apply to any Facebook group on any particular city in the United States. So they're very vague. They're not gonna list anything too particular. So for example, if it's an item that's for sale, they tend not to list the specific address or part of town. If it is a missing pet, they're not gonna list the cross streets where that animal was found because that's too particular. It's not gonna work if they try to fraudulently post that same thing in Peoria, Illinois. So look for those vagaries. That's usually a very clear sign. Number 2, the picture that they show in the post. Say a missing animal will be very generic as well. I saw one the other day that was supposedly a picture of a dog in Pahrump, and the picture showed a forest and hills of grass and green. We don't have that here, obviously. It was clearly a fake post, and this image was a clear sign of it. Number 3, the accounts of the people that are posting these are also very clearly a red flag. When you actually click on the name of that poster, go to their account, look at their account, you're gonna see some very interesting things. When it's a fraudulent post and a fraudulent poster, you're going to see that they have an account that was created just a couple days before. The reason why that account is so new is because their previous account was flagged and was banned for posting junk like this. Now they have to create a new one, so they're doing that constantly. So when you click on the specific account, if it said it was created just a couple days ago, there's another red flag right there. Number 3, you're also going to see that the profile picture of the person in that account that's posting, there's one single picture. Anybody that I know that has a Facebook account has dozens, sometimes hundreds of pictures on their account. If there's only one single profile picture, that's a clear sign right there. And lastly, number 5, if the profile that you go to for that poster has no other things on the timeline, no information being posted from one of their friends, nothing that they posted themselves about something unrelated, that's clearly a sign. That is an account that is not getting any other activity except for being created to post fake Facebook listings on these buy and sell groups. So check it out. Look through these things before you do anything. And I know your hearts are in the right place. When you see a post of a missing child or a lost animal, you want to help out. You want to be that good Samaritan, but you're not doing anybody any favors if you're spreading fake information. It's only making the problem worse, and it's gumming up these buy-sell groups. So let's clean it up. Help me out. When you see one of these posts that is clearly fake, click on the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner and click Report Post. That will flag it, and enough of us flag these things, they'll pull it down. Hopefully we can shut down a lot of these accounts that are constantly posting this garbage and clean things up and make it easier on everybody. So keep an eye out for those signs, guys. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next video.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It's sunny outside, and right now, wow, it is too hot to trot. Mikey will have your weather report after this break.
Struggling with opioid or alcohol use in rural Nevada? West Care Nevada is here to help. Our rural opioid and alcohol recovery program, called ROAR, offers medication-assisted treatment and support services to help you take back control. Since 1973, we've helped people build healthier, brighter futures. Call 775-751-6990. Take the first step today.
The Cars and Stripes event starts now at the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza. What better way to celebrate America than having the biggest truck sale of the year? Loyal Chevy owners get a legendary half-ton Silverado Trail Boss for up to $9,000 off or 0% APR financing on approved credit. Trade in your old car, truck, or SUV and get a sleek new Sierra Elevation 1500 for up to $11,000 off. How about the all-new 25 Chevy Equinox, now $1,750 off? We've got tons of cars, trucks, and SUVs from under $20,000. And we're so excited to celebrate the birthday of the USA and say, we love you, Pahrump. Visit PahrumpCars.com for details or stop by the Auto Plaza today.
What's your magic number? Mine are 3, 6, and 12. Take me home and love me. For 3, 6, or 12 months, your choice. Choose your own adventure. Make me yours. Show me your world for 3, 6, or 12 months. So, what are you waiting for? Find your magic number and raise a future guide dog today.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. I'm Mike Ruhan from the Channel 25 Weather Studios. Let's check out the temperatures. Fernley saw 101, Fallon 103, 93 in Carson City. That's pretty cool. 95 in Tonopah. Goldfield saw 96 today. Beatty 106, 111 in Amargosa. Las Vegas 108. Death Valley 122. That's hot, but here in our beautiful paradise of Pahrump, our current temperature is 105. We hit 106 earlier. Winds blowing hard at south, 17 miles per hour, 13% humidity. The sun rose this morning at 5:38, and it's going to go away this evening at 8:01 p.m. Humidity goes up to 19%. The wind, southeast, 16 miles per hour, and the low, not very low, 80 degrees. Let's check out the 7-day forecast. Only 102 tomorrow. That's pleasant. 100 on Thursday. Look at Friday, 97. Might whip out my winter jacket. 101 on Saturday, 102 on Sunday and Monday. That's nice. And then on Tuesday, an even 100. Back to the desk. Here's Rory.
Thank you so much, Mikey. Well, that is going to wrap up this edition of News 25. My name is Rory Rossell. Hope you guys have an amazing evening. Good night.
I'll tell you, nothing like waking up in the morning and listening to Kincaid and Dallas on Ace Country Radio. Every morning, Monday through Friday, a lot of us listen, and this is a great show to advertise on. Ace Country Radio has a special that you can't turn down. It's buy one and get 2 run of station free. That's on every show of the week. And the best part about it, it will only cost you $75 a week. Yes, that's right, only $75 a week. Call 775-727-9400 and ask to speak to an account executive for more information. That's 775-727-9400.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post 9/11 veterans to live more fulfilling lives with proven innovative services and programs.
And now I know anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/together.
Now is the perfect time to explore your future career through JobX.
Not sure what career is right for you? Take the skills matching quiz and find your fit.
Visit JobX.